Hello, hello. Welcome to Love Live Thursday. All right, today we are talking about something very exciting. A very exciting topic. We've been talking a lot about memberships as a way to increase your monthly loyal regulars, as a way to increase your predictable monthly income. Because oh my gosh, the sigh of relief that comes when you have predictable monthly income that you can depend on month after month after month. You know it's coming in. Now, I know that not everyone wants to do a membership, and that's totally okay. So I wanted to talk about another option, another thing that I see people doing, but also to mention like another thing that I see people doing incorrectly. So I want to offer you another way of looking at packages. How are you selling packages? So now, by definition here, a package, what I'm talking about, a package is where you have a grouping of services and you're going to give a discount on those services when someone buys them up front. For example, if someone buys 3 treatments, then they get a 5% discount. If they buy 6 treatments, then they get a 10% discount. And if they upfront and buy 12 treatments, then they'll get like a 15% discount. Now the percentages are arbitrary, but you get the idea here that if someone upfronts and pays for a larger amount, then they'll get a bigger discount. I'm hearing my alarm going, about to go off. Hopefully it's not going to be loud. Okay, no. So the problem that there is with this, I mean, in theory, this is amazing, right? Like we all want our clients to make these really big purchases. We want them to be dropping lots of money. Lots of us look at that as like, cha-ching, look at all that money that's going to hit my account. However, there's a right way and a wrong way to sell packages. Because again, you want that predictable monthly income. And even if with a package sale, you're just getting that one lump sum once, there's still, again, a way to make that be a monthly turnover, like how to have that benefit your business as opposed to detract from it. Because if you're selling your packages the incorrect way, it can absolutely detract from your business. And I don't want that to happen to you. So again, the problem that I see when people are selling 3 for 5% off, 6 for 10% off, 12 for 15% off. The problem with selling it just like that is your clients view it like a punch card. They view it like a punch card. Just like at my community pool, every year I get a punch card for how many guests I can bring in. So on this punch card, I have it with me. I bring a guest, they go punch. Thank you. And when I get to the end of my punch card, I actually have the opportunity to buy more guest cards, but it's like free included with my membership, which is not free. It's very expensive. But those punch cards, you can like save them so that the next year, if you had some left over from the last year, they'll actually let you reuse them. So here's what happens with my punch cards. Some years, I'm really incredible with budgeting my friends or my kids' friends for that matter. Some years I'm really good at that. And like every single weekend, it'll be a couple people or one person, so throughout the whole summer season, I use up my whole punch card very evenly, very systematically. It works out perfectly. But then there were some years where I don't have anybody for like the entire summer. And then I'll have like one person come over. Then there are some years where I don't have anyone come over at all. So then the next year I have 2 punch cards that I can use up. Now there are some years where I go in and in one weekend I use up an entire punch card because we have like a big party or something. Okay. So as you can see, the problem there, if you are doing your packages like a punch card, your clients are going to treat your business like a punch card. Meaning, yes, you will have some clients that are very self-regulating, that are excellent at moderation, and that come in every single month and just use that up. Bang, 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 bang. That's what we want. But the reality is most clients won't. The reality is most clients, they'll come in once, they'll like forget about it. Maybe they'll come back, 3 months later. And in their mind, they're thinking, well, it doesn't matter. It's like, I've got it on file. Like, I can always use it. It's always available. I can always use this. So like, what does it matter? And you'll have clients that will string out like a 6 facial package for years if they have this mentality. It's just like I used to live in an adjacent city to where I live now. And I was walking distance to a yoga studio. And I bought a 20 pass, like a 20 class pass. And in California, those never expire. Like it's there forever. I've got those classes forever. Do you know, I have been trying to work off that class pass. This is embarrassing, for 7 years. 7 years. Because I don't live there. I don't live right by. I used to be able to walk. Like I would walk there on a Sunday and like do my class. It was amazing. Now I have to like get childcare. I have to get in the car, drive for 20 minutes. Like I rarely ever go. 7 years. So if you are just selling packages, like here's 12 facials, use them whenever you want, you're going to get people that take 7 years to use that up. Now, why is that a problem? I mean, some of you might be thinking, oh, that sounds amazing. I've got people are going to upfront pay me and it's going to take them forever to like cash in on that. That sounds like money in my pocket. No, it's not. Because think about my situation here with my pool and my yoga studio. And my pool, I get to bank those. And then in some future date, I'm like, awesome. I'm going to have a pool party and use up 3 punch cards. Done. That's hard on my pool because they need lifeguards, they need resources. And if I just flood their resources one day, like they're not prepared for that. Now with your business, having all of those unfulfilled services is actually a liability. Like, for example, if you were to go and sell your business tomorrow, I'm not saying you would, but you would have to list all of your unfulfilled gift certificates and all of your unfulfilled packages as a liability against your business. So it would actually detract from the value of your business. If you wanted to sell your business tomorrow for $100,000, but you've got like $5,000 in unfulfilled services, that's immediately $5,000 that you have to detract from the value of your business. Like you could only sell it for $95,000 if you were able to get that. And the other thing too, the other reason why it's important to get your packages to come in regularly, to just tick, 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 use them all up, is because you only want to work with ideal clients. And an ideal client is someone who's going to come in at the time interval you recommend, which is usually monthly, who's going to listen to you, who's coming to you because you're the expert, and they're going to like hang on every word you have to say because they're like, I need help with my skin or my lashes, my waxing, my whatever. And I need your help. And you're like, I got you. Here's what I need you to do. You told me that this is your goal. I know how to get you there, but you got to do these things. And an ideal client is like, yes, sign me up. I'll buy all the things. I'll do all the services. I'll do all the treatments. Sign me up. That's the client you want to work with. Because remember, you want a stable income. You don't want to have to like every month think, oh my God, how am I going to make the ends meet? How am I going to pay all my bills? How am I going to have extra money to like pay myself? You want a stable, reliable, dependable, predictable income. And yes, memberships are a great way to do that, but you don't even need memberships. If you're a fantastic esthetician and you have business smarts, you don't even need a membership. But another way of doing that is with your packages. And so again, if you're just selling them like a punch card, that is not predictable income. It's all in the way that you sell it. And I'm going to tell you how. Don't worry. I'm going to tell you how. But it's all in the marketing of this. I think a lot of people think marketing is like putting an ad on Instagram or, I don't know, in your local newspaper. But marketing is really just how do you talk about what you provide? Like, how do you, like, what are the words that come out of your mouth when you talk about the results that you can bring about because of your services? So marketing is like, how do you convey to your potential client that what you have to offer is valuable to them? I'm sorry if you can hear my kids. It is, oh my goodness, winter break and they are at each other's throats. Real life. This is real life, folks. Okay. So I want you to consider that, okay, so instead of thinking about 5% off of three treatments, 10% off of 6, and 15% off of 12, like that punch card mentality. And hey, I am not pointing fingers. On my very first treatment menu, I did this. I literally listed it out on the back fold, my trifold. There it was, treatment discounts. I only sold one, but I also didn't know what I was doing. And then when I learned better, I did better. And oh, did I do better. Okay, so instead, I want you to consider, imagine sitting down with a brand new client. They're talking about what their problems are. In your head, you're like, I got this. This is so easy. I got this. And so you come up with their treatment plan. At the end of the service, you're telling them exactly what it's going to take for them to get to their goals, what products they need, the services. And then at that point you offer them and you say, you know what? I know that taking care of skin and getting you to the goal that you want to get to is going to take time and consistency. And so I like to give back to my clients who value themselves enough to take the time, to take the care, and to put in the effort into their skin. And so I have 3 different options for you here. Actually, I have 4 different options for you. We can work on just a month-to-month basis, and that is my going rate. That's my going facial price. However, if you want to commit to working with me for a full season, I can offer you those 3 facials at a 5% discount. We'll schedule those all out right now. You'll get your products. I'll teach you exactly how to use them. You're going to be working towards your goal. You're going to be working towards it. Now, I have 2 other options that benefit you more, but it does mean that you're going to be working with me for a longer time. So you could opt in for a whole solstice or whole equinox season and get 6 treatments. That's a half a year of working together. I can offer you 10% off of that. And again, I'll schedule you all out right now because I get booked up far in advance. Now, if you're committed, if you're I am ready to jump in today, today's the day I hit my goals, then let's do it. Let's link arms, let's link up for an entire year and I can offer you 15% off of all of your services. Again, we'll schedule that out because I do get booked up, believe it or not, a year in advance. Let's book those all out. You're going to walk home with your products and in a year, you're not even going to recognize your skin. Now, I know that everyone has different comfort levels and price points. So what sounds the best to you? Is that how you're selling your packages? Is that how you're selling your packages? That's how I want you to be selling your packages. It's all about marketing. There is nothing different in the actual mechanics of those 2 ways of saying 5% off 3, 10% off 6, 15% off 12. There is nothing mechanically different from this and over here selling a season and an equinox or solstice or a year. There's absolutely nothing mechanically different. There's nothing different in how you're going to book that in your system, how you're going to sell that in your system. There's nothing different. The only thing different is how you communicate it and how it lands in your client's head. Because when your client is hearing, oh, this is for we're going to work together. And I'm locking in how long we're going to work together. They're not looking at this as oh, I've got this punch card for 6 treatments and I can use them up whenever. No, you've set it up as you're coming in once a month for 6 months. You're going to get a discount because of that. But you're coming in once a month for 6 months to get your result. It's all about how you sell it. It's all about how you market it. That's it. It's all about that. Okay. There's only one other thing that I want to make here, and then I can open it up for questions. Today's a short day. I don't have a super long, raging topic for today, but I just wanted to share this because it's been on my mind. So the last point I wanted to make is I really want you to start looking at your schedule, when you look at your appointment schedule, not to look at it as this blank open canvas that you're like, well, I hope it fills up, but to look at it as, here's what I have available every single month. Who are the people that want to partner up with me every month to fill this schedule out? So you should know how many clients you actually need to hit your financial goals every month. Do you have a financial goal for the month? You should. Do you have a revenue goal? Do you have a profit goal? Those are different. You can bring in 10K a month, but still only take home 2. So is your 10K a month goal, is that revenue or is that profit? Those are 2 different numbers. Anyway, and you should know how many clients you need to hit that goal. So I want you to start looking at, okay, I need to link arms with 27 people, if you watched my reel today, or I need to link arms with 100 people. If you're just a waxer, you're going to need more people than facials. I mean, it's time. It's just time. So how many people do you need? And then you can start looking at every single client as, how can I convert you into this? How can I have you fill this Tuesday, first Tuesday of the month at 1 p.m. slot? Do you see what I'm getting at? This is not a blank open canvas every month that you start from 0. This should be, how do I fill this time slot in my month indefinitely? I don't want you to have a one-off client. I want you to have a client for life that will forever take the 3rd Thursday at 2 p.m. And then for the rest of the year, the rest of your career, you're like, I got that time slot filled. Okay, next, where are my 26 other people? That's how I want you to think about your business. Okay, so if you're like, yes, I get it now. I totally get it now. I want to know how to do that. But you're like, how do I do that? Join Profit on Purpose. That is exactly what Profit on Purpose is designed to help you do. The whole reason, the whole thought process behind developing Profit on Purpose for me was, how do I get estheticians to go, oh, I get it. I get it now. Because look, building your business, it's simple. It's really simple. Everyone wants to make it really hard, but it's really simple. And it's basically math. Basically, if you have skill and you can do math, you can grow your business to whatever size you want. And if you really want me if you need someone to walk you through what that looks like, that is what Profit on Purpose is for. Now, I priced this course to help solo estheticians that are just getting started out. This course is $50 a month if you get started in December. I will be raising the price because, newsflash, I severely undervalued the price of this course because I just wanted to get it out in people's hands. That's the honest to God truth. So it is $50 a month. There's there's nothing hidden in that. You can cancel at any time. You can stay for as long as you like. But if you get started today through the 31st, it is $50 a month. It will be increasing to $80 a month in January. It will be increasing after that to $120 in March, increasing to $160 in May, and $200 in August. I am all about full transparency, so I want to give you a heads up that it will be increasing dramatically. And honestly, even at $200 a month, it's still an incredible value, because I guarantee you, if you go through, you follow the lessons, you do the work. It's hard. This is not an easy course. Don't get me wrong. You're going to have to work for it. If you do the work, come to office hours, ask questions, get coaching, you can absolutely hit your goals. Now, I do have one other option of working with me. If you're like, I love courses, but I need someone to hold my hand one-on-one, walk me through, tell me exactly what to do, show me all the blind spots that I have in my business, show me everything, because I don't know. I do that. I work with people one-on-one. It comes at a premium, but it's worth it. You all know and love Jane from Teddy Bear Waxing, right? She's my bestie, but she's also one of my mentees. I work with her. And because of working together, she has increased revenue $250,000. And I've got ideas for her to get even more. I want her personal income, her personal profit, her personal take-home income to be 7 figures. And I'll get her there. She'll get herself there, but we'll get her there really fast. Anyway, if that's something that you would be interested in, I have one spot left for January. You're going to have to hit the ground running because we're going to start January 9th, the week of January 9th. So you're going to have to do some work. It is $5,000. It is an 8-week session, 6 weeks of working together. And oh my God. Okay. You know how like my brain just kind of like explodes and I get a million ideas? Imagine if that is me inside of your business, looking at all of your numbers, watching videos of your treatments, looking at your menu, reading your reviews, like pointing out all of the areas where you could be making more money, or pointing out where you need to like develop some skills, or like just how to change the marketing on something, how to change the way you language something so that all of a sudden you can double your revenue. I'm working with someone right now who she's bringing home what a lot of you wish you were bringing home. And I'm looking at all her numbers. I'm like, oh, we can double that. Easy. Like easy. Like it's like, I'm not even worried. Like she's going to double her revenue. Done. So if you want me doing that with your business, please DM me. I only have one spot left and it's going to go fast. So, all right, that's all I had planned for today. And if you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, today's going to be a little short. It's the holidays. It's going to be a little short. All right, I'm scrolling back to see if there are any comments. And this would be your time to type in anything. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, Wax 201. Tuning in from Belgium. Wow. Hello, Friendly Face by Morgan. Belgium. That's awesome. Flawless Skin by Tony bought a badge. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I Am Rose Massage bought a badge. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Getting some love this. Great advice. Thank you. Thank you. Great information. Thank you. Love it. Thank you. I just joined a few days ago. So excited for what my 2023 will bring with your guidance. I'm excited for you. It's going to bring profits. So that's what it's going to bring. Bearskin Beauty CA bought a badge. Dang, you guys. I feel special. Thank you. It's $50 if we sign up in December. Does it stay at $50 for 2023? Yep. Sorry, I didn't mention that. Whatever price you get started with for your membership, that's what you lock in. So even when it's going to increase up to $2,200 a month, if you lock it in today at $50, that's what you will pay. And people that join later will pay more. Hello from London. Hello, beauty-based skin expert. Hello, hello. All right, I'm not seeing any questions. So I guess we all just wanted a short day. Side note, I am also simultaneously live on YouTube. That's a thing. I need to figure out a better way to like do them at the same time because I can only like look in one camera at the same time. So it's like I need to like move this camera all the way up here. So then it kind of looks like, oh wait, well, it looks bad there. It looks like I am talking to the camera in both, but I'm not. Hey, you know what? Just jump in with both feet and figure it all out later. That is my motto. Fake it till you make it. Will I save this video? I always do. The only time I have never saved a video is when Instagram has a problem and they like lose it in the upload. Do you lock in 50 for the year? You sure do. For as long as you're in, that's what you pay. That's awesome. Everyone needs to join. I agree. That's just me. If I can only do 2 to 4 months of pop, will that be enough? If you do the work. So the people that are seeing tremendous results in their business, like I'm having members reach out to me and saying, like, I've been an esthetician for years and years and years, and this is the first time I'm booked out a month in advance. I'm having estheticians that are hitting their financial goals, just working the program by themselves. They come to the office hours. People are hitting like incredible goals and quickly, but the ones that are hitting, it's because they're doing the work. So, watching the modules, doing the worksheets, coming to office hours with questions, getting the coaching. The people that are putting in the effort are getting the results. So if you can only do it for 2 to 4 months, yeah, you can, but you're gonna have to work for it. You're really gonna have to work for it. So price is $50 a month if you get started in December. Anytime in December, you get started. January 1st, it is bumping up to $80 a month, and then it will keep increasing after that. But whatever price you get started with, that's the price that you lock in with. All right, Soror Beauty, I'm going to DM you. Awesome. How do you feel about offering a time limit on non-public special price facials? For example, client comes in and now they have 30 days to book at 5% off. That's going to be a nightmare for you to stay on top of. I wouldn't. Honestly, I don't like it. It's gonna be a nightmare, because does that mean it's like only when you're checking that person out and like you offer it then? I mean, okay, maybe. I would rather you do a membership, actually. I would rather you do a membership and just offer 5% off, or more, and then you can depend on that, because if you're that. I don't like it, because then you're still having to work every time to get that rebook. And like clients should just rebook because they see the value in it. If clients don't see the value in it already, then there's something off in your delivery. And so I really look at like memberships or packages or something like that. It's just a way for you to secure your predictable income. And you can offer it, and it's up to them to take advantage and join. I just feel like, because like if you're offering this, like, oh, if you book within 30 days, you get 5% off, who's tracking that? And like, what happens if, someone comes in 31 days after their last? It's just too much. It's too much to track. Too much. And this is something I can tell. This is like, this is a tactic. What am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is I can tell you're not fully booked, because when you're fully booked, you would know that there's no way that you can stay on top of that. There's no way. And so you only want to put into practice strategies or tactics that you can fulfill on when you only have like one person a week on your schedule, that you can also fulfill on when you are entirely fully booked. Otherwise, you're going to build your business on practices that will not scale, that you'll get to a point where like you have enough people coming in that you can't do it. Like you're just like in this situation, like your brain power is going to it's not going to happen. So, I've said this before. There was a book I read very early on in my career called The E-Myth Revisited. I don't remember like anything about this book, like except one thing. I remember one thing and one thing alone, which was to run your business like a franchise. Even if you have zero desire to franchise your business, what franchises have down pat is they have systems for everything. So that like everything you do, you're not recreating the wheel. You're enacting a system, like a process that's the same every single time. That is the most efficient way to do anything, is to do it the same way, over and over and over again. So if you have like a system for how you engage with brand new clients, how you offer packages and services, how you deliver all of those facials, you're like a well-oiled machine, and it's going to show you also like what's going to scale and what's not. Now, for those of you who end up expanding and bringing on employees or turning into a day spa, this will be a seamless transition because you've already got the systems in place. Like you already look like a franchise. Now you're just onboarding a new employee to like to do all the processes, all the systems. Like it's seamless. How did I get on that tangent? I don't know. All right, next question. How do you keep up with membership payments? Two ways you can do it. You should, within your scheduling system, you should have an option for a membership. If you're unsure, just call up your scheduling system and do it. I use Booker, and Booker does. Like it's so simple. But there are other platforms that do it as well. If your system does not, then you're just going to have a monthly appointment on the first of the month with yourself to run all of those ahead of time. Now, I mean, the nice thing about having it be part of your booking system is that it's like it'll charge it, and then that facial shows up like on file, so that when the client actually comes in to fulfill that facial, it just like links it up and it's taken care of. If you have to manually process this, you'll have to come up with your system. You'll have to come up with your process for that, what that looks like. I'm not sure what it's going to look like for you, but it could look something like first of the month comes around, you've got your stack of active memberships, and you just one by one go through and ring it up. You know, you should have paperwork that allows you to charge their credit card, which credit card, you know, they have signed on the dotted line that yes, I will be charging them on the first of the month until they cancel. And here are the terms for having to cancel. You need to give me at least a week's notice, blah, 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 all that stuff. And then you might just be ringing up a gift certificate that stays on their file. So when they come in for their facial, they're using that gift certificate to pay for that facial. You might also have it be like they're ringing up, I don't know, something else. I would probably, gift certificate seems like the easiest way. Or you could come up with some other way. How can you advertise an at-home business? Usually a lot of people are skeptical. Yeah, it's hard. That's the downside of being in an at-home business. Plus, the other thing to think about is, do you really want to advertise your personal home address everywhere? I don't. So being at home, sure, you can write off the taxes on your mortgage or your rent, but there are a ton of disadvantages. Now, Cindy, I'm going to say join Profit on Purpose, because these are all things that you need to work out for yourself. Like there is not one, I cannot tell you like, oh, here's what you have to do and you're going to be totally booked out. It depends on you and your business, your skills, your strengths, your weaknesses. And that's exactly what Profit on Purpose will walk you through. This is not like an easy answer. Just like when people ask me, how do I get new clients? That's not a simple answer either. Actually, that reminds me of something. So I wasn't going to like start talking about it until January, because I know I've got a lot of like new things happening and I didn't want to like confuse people, but if I wasn't fire hosing people with information, would I really be myself? I don't think so. So yes, there is going to be like a price change starting in January. Lock in your price now. The other thing that's going to be changing in January is I'm going to be walking people through Profit on Purpose in a group starting in January. Starting January 9th, we will walk through it together. And I'm calling these profit sessions. And so we're going to have 6-week sessions where we have one focus as a group. We're going to come together and work on it together. What am I trying to say? You can pick your own personal goal, but in general, there's going to be like an overarching theme and topic that we will all go through together. So in January, that first profit session that we're doing is on acquiring new clients, client acquisition. How can you get more clients? So that's the first focus that we will all be walking through this together with. So if that's something that you are interested in, join now, and January 9th, we will get started on that together. But yeah, Cindy, it's, you're going to have to work all of that out for yourself, and Pop's way to do it. Okay. What do you feel about credit card fees? Do you pass them along to your client, or like drop shipping, eat the cost? You got to eat the cost. The only way around that is if like a lot of you waxers, you can get around it by doing cash only. As long as you're super upfront about the fee. Um, mm, 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 mm. I mean, if your focus is skin, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot with this. Because if you're doing skin the right way, having like a $500 ticket should be like not all that uncommon. I mean, like, anyway, it shouldn't. I mean, it shouldn't. If you're selling facials and products, it should be pretty usual for your client to drop $300, $400, $500. And if you're going to make a client do that in cash, no, like, no. Oh my God, can you imagine? For one thing, if I went to a facial and then I'm happy, love my facial, I love the products, I'm going to like drop a ton of money. And they're like, oh yeah, it's cash only. It's $500 and it's cash only. I'd be like, what? Do you think I just carried $500 cash on me? Like, no. And so then like I would be in a situation of like, fudge, I need to like go get cash, and I would have to like leave, go get cash, come back. I would be pissed off. So your tip would be like already lowered if you're taking tips. And then I would never come back. No, here's what I would do. I would be so annoyed. I wouldn't buy the products because I knew I would never come back. I have no problem spending $500. Don't get me wrong. But the hassle of that, here's how I feel. If someone is spending $500 with me, I say, thank you. What can I do to make this experience easier for you? Take American Express, like pay an extra 1%? Absolutely. If I am so concerned about that 3 to 5%, then I need to raise my prices 3 to 5%. That is the price of doing business. If you are going to nickel and dime getting paid $500, like what are you thinking? Just raise your prices. Sorry, there are certain things that really annoy me, and this is one of them. So how do I feel about credit card fees? Annoying AF, but it's a part of doing business. I'm looking at my numbers right now too. I see my credit card fees. Oh, it annoys me. But what else can I do? What else can I do? Yep. So you just go into it knowing that's the price of doing business. If it's really bothering you, increase your price. Get over it. Just look at how much profit you're making and get over it. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to make that like, I'm not angry at you. That was very angry. That was like a really angry response. Love you. Sorry, I get fired up about certain things. All right. How do you know when you have enough clients to go solo in a space you have to rent? Math. Like, it's that simple. How do you know when you have enough clients to go solo in a space you have to rent? Math. It's literally like I just said this earlier, like everyone thinks that, hitting their goals or like business is so mysterious and like, I don't know how it is. It's just math. Like business is just math. Business success is just math. So you can find that number for yourself. Again, profit on purpose. You will literally figure all of this out. I could just tell you right now, oh, here's how you do it. But here's what's also happening in my head. If my thought is, if you don't know that already, there's a lot else you don't know. And so I could just tell you like, oh, you just figure it out by, calculating this. But then you're going to be still at the next stumbling block is like, okay, well then what? Like, so how do I get those people or, whatever. So join profit on purpose. Oh my God, like $50 a month, even if it's just for 1 month, go through, jam out all the courses. You will answer all of your questions and more. And you yeah. All right. One sec. Okay. Dolly. Dolly Gajar 90. You say my question, please? Girl, you didn't ask the question. What's your question? All right. I was very ambitious and just jumped into a suite, no clients, but working hard has paid off. Amen. Hard work trumps everything else. How do you afford the back bar or products in the beginning? If you can't afford your back bar from the beginning, why are you in business? Math, like, again, this is math. Like, if you can't afford like that's sort of like one of your, like, the minimum bars of entry. Like, you need to be able to do your services. So you need to have like the equipment, you need to have the back bar. Like that should have been part of the business plan. Again, in Profit on Purpose, you walk away with a business plan. And those people that have business plans are twice as likely to hit their goals. You're welcome. Like, I don't know how to answer that question. That should have been something you figured out before you started. Now, one way you can, Skin by Skull says buy retail size, not back bar size helps. It cuts down. It's the product you use will be more expensive, but your like price point for buying all those things will be less. So yes, so that's one way to get there. What I was going to say is, in terms of retail, like I fully get, it's cost prohibitive to get an entire retail offering from the start if you're on a budget. And one thing you can do is do client appreciation events, quote unquote, where it looks like an appreciation event for your client because they are getting a discount. Like, here's what the event is. Come in on this night, you'll have a bottle of champagne, like cheap champagne, some, whatever. And it'll be like a schmoozy event, but they'll get 20% off of their products or whatever discount you want to do. And then the thing is, they have to prepay for all of their products, and there's like a order by date. So what's going to happen is they're going to pay for their products before you order them. So you're going to take their payment and use that to actually purchase the products that they have already ordered. When you do it this way, you can usually have like a big order. So from your company, you're more likely to get a kickback of some kind, whether it's a discount on the overall price, get like freebies, like in promo products or something. They might be willing to throw in a back bar product or whatever. You have more options. So then on that day where you're having your client appreciation party, you're just distributing the product that you already were able to buy. So that's one way that you can get, you can offer a full retail experience to your clients without having to pre-purchase any of it. Just a thought. Let me go back. Dripped in Beauty Seattle says, I can see the road to 10K while working less. Amen, girl. Yep, and you're going to hit it. You're going to do it. That's right. It's all math. It's all math. Oh boy, Cindy, what kind of back bar products are the best for beginners? I think you might have jumped into solo too soon. See, these are questions you need to work out for yourself before you get started. It just makes me really nervous. So part of figuring out your back bar is figuring out who are you as an esthetician? Like, what do you offer? Who do you work with? What philosophy do you have? Because let me tell you, the difference between like Obagi and like Botnia, night and day. Completely different clients, completely different treatment philosophies, totally different. So there's no answer to that. No one can answer that for you. You have to answer that for yourself. What's your price point? What's your client's price point? Who are you? What do you work on? Again, if you're an acne esthetician, way different from like someone who's working on sensitive skin. Totally different philosophies, modalities, product lines, and that's what you have to figure out for yourself. I'm going to do it again. Join Profit on Purpose. You literally figure all of this out for yourself in a very systematic way. Someone echoed what Skin by Soul said and said, yes, that's exactly what I did when I first started buying retail sizes for back bar. I spend a lot and I'm so sad I don't see a lot of movement. It's hard for you started. Can be. Profit on purpose. All I'm going to say. I made a business plan while in school and I bought things every month before I graduated. There you go. Have a plan. Failing to plan is planning to fail. A lot of companies also do drop shipping, so you can have them order from you, but it ships direct to client. Also true. You just need to watch shipping fees on that. That can be enough to have some people say no, but absolutely true. Absolutely true. How do you go into business not having clients, paying for a space with clients, paying for a space without clients, I think they mean, doesn't make sense to me. That's what I did. You just make it work. I think you have to know yourself too. There are some people where starting out with no clients is scary AF, and I'm like, I don't think that's a good idea. And then there's some people that they'll just make it work. Like, they'll make it work. Now, for me, I created an exit strategy before I started my business. And again, I teach you this in Profit on Purpose, which means when I got started, before I signed my contract, I knew how long I was willing to try playing this game called making money as a solo esthetician. I knew ahead of time, okay, if I'm not making this much money by this much date, by this time, I'm pulling the plug and I'm going to go work for someone else. Now, luckily, I did not have to do that. But I'm also one of those people that I'm going to win. Like, I'm a game player. Like, if you put me in, coach, like I'm going to win. So if that's not your your attitude, if you're not like I will do whatever it fucking takes to make this work, do not become a solo esthetician with 0 clients. Nope. Go work for someone else. Build a following. No. There's a kind of person that's going to work for, and it's not. And you should know inside. If you just kind of you always win, I'm more comfortable with you doing that. If you're one of those people let's try, and then it kind of never works out, don't do it. Don't do it. Go be an employee. No shame in being an employee. And hey, if you're an employee for Miss Payne Jane Teddy Bear Waxing, you're making 6 figures as an employee. So I don't want to hear anyone telling me you can only make money as a solo esthetician, not as an employee. Nope. Okay, people like the client appreciation party idea. Then someone is asking, I love that idea. Any recommendation on doing a client appreciation day virtually? No, because doing that means you'd have to ship those products. That does not work. It doesn't work because you would have to ship the products or house all of those products until that client came in for an appointment. Where are you going to do that? I want you selling in these. You need to be selling so much product. Your room is just filled with bags to give out. So the only thing I could see doing as a virtual party, it's different. I'm making this up on the fly. This is the way my brain thinks. The way I could see doing a virtual party is if you did something like people had to buy a seat at this virtual party, and you send home different either samples or pre-portioned in a little cup that you make products, and you do a virtual skin party. That sounds really bad. You're doing a class where you're going to talk and teach people about some topic in skincare that you care about, and that's going to ultimately culminate in everyone giving themselves a little facial. And then at the end, maybe you have a discount of oh, thank you so much for coming and doing this. If you like my approach and philosophy, here are the facials I offer, and thank you so much for being here today. Because of that, I'll give you
10% off on this, or like you come up with a special facial, which is like your usual facial, and you throw in a thing or something like that. And so that I could see as being a virtual party. A client appreciation party, no, just for like the sheer mechanics of it. Like you need to get all of that product out of your room. And so they need to physically be there to pick it up and do it. I was actually trying really hard. Anyway, I'm not going to go down that tangent. If you do that virtual party, please let me know how it goes. I think that'd be really fun. All right, that is it. That is all the questions I have for today. Thank you. I thought this was only going to be like 20 minutes, and here we are at an hour. So there you go. I hope that you guys know this, but I'm going to get really emotional here for a second. I will try not to cry, but I am a Cancer sun, so crying is what I do every day. I just need to express my gratitude for each and every one of you. You guys don't all fully know my backstory, but I have been dealing with massive health problems for a long time. To the point that that is the reason I left my spa 5 years ago. I was dying. I know that sounds really dramatic, but had I not stopped, I am like really pretty convinced that I would not be around today. Like I would have died at the rate I was going and how bad my health was. And so I've been home and mourning the loss of my first baby, my business, my spa. I've been rehabilitating myself, and I'm so much better, you guys. Like, good God, like I'm so much better. I'm so grateful. But for the longest time, I was just like in this depressed state of like everything I knew myself to be as an esthetician, as a business owner, a spa owner, all of these things was just gone. And all of a sudden I was just at home with my kids, working on my health, basically being a stay-at-home mom, which like I love stay-at-home moms, but that was never what I wanted for myself. I'm an entrepreneur. And it was like the dark night of the soul. And in April of 2021, I had this idea of like, I think I could still work in the industry. I knew I would never go back in the treatment room. I will never go back in the treatment room. My body can't handle it. Even though I'm so much better, my body still can't handle it. And so I just felt like, well, if I can't be in the treatment room, I guess I'm done. Like what can I do? And so for the longest time, I was just like, like I axed aesthetics out of my life, and like, that's it. Like I'm done. And then I realized like, damn, I miss it. Like I miss it so much. And I even was like trying for a while to think of ways of like, well, how could I get back into the treatment room, but in a way that doesn't hurt my body and at a price point I want. And ultimately like, I can't, like I couldn't. And so in April of 2021, I had this idea of like, I think that I could do something online. Like, I think I could. And I started growing this account kind of without a plan, to be honest, other than I knew I wanted to help you guys, because part of when I started my business, I had a really solid group of people around me. This was back in the day, back before like Facebook and Instagram and all of this. I was on a message board. Which is why in Profit on Purpose, it's called the message boards, to pay homage to my past. There was a message board where I had to like go to a URL, or it's just a message board. Like all you young people are like, what the heck are you talking about? And it was for solo estheticians. It's called Spa Biz Board. It was run by Diane Bucola. And I am still Esty Besties with all of the ladies from back then. Oh my God, we all grew our businesses together. We were there for each other. We would bounce ideas and questions. And I always knew from back then that like, that was the part I loved. I love networking with other badass entrepreneurial women that were out there like doing the damn thing, like being amazing estheticians, but growing lucrative businesses. that was so inspiring to me. And like, I always knew like, that's kind of what I want to do. Like, I always felt like in the treatment room, like I knew I was making a big difference with one person, but I knew I could help so many more people. And Solo Esthetician Love has been that. Like, it's been finally this outlet for me to use like my zone of genius, which like, how did like, how is like, anyway, so my zone of genius is like, I just see things. Like, you talk to me about businesses, you talk to me about your goals, and like, I just see the path. Like, it's so clear to me. Like, it's taken me the longest time to do what I'm doing today because my husband has wanted me to do exactly what I'm doing today for about 15 years. Hand to God. 15 years he's been saying to me, you should be coaching people. Like, you should, have you thought about being a coach? You should really coach people. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, it took me this long. Like, anyway, thank you. This is all I'm trying to say. Thank you for having this. Like, in the past, having this account, my life has literally turned from being the worst time of my life to now literally this is the best time of my life. I have never been happier. I have never been more fulfilled. I thank you. I'm at a loss for words. I don't, I'm like at this place where it's like all of those like decades of misery that I went through and like heartache and things that didn't work out, all of a sudden it makes sense. And it's like, it makes sense so that I can help you guys. I'm only as a solo esthetician, as a day spa owner, I'm one person and I can help like this many people. If I can help you be better at your job, not only am I going to help you help your family and help you have the life that you want and to help you from burning out, your business in turn goes out and helps so many people. That is what it's like, this fire inside of me that has always been there that is finally able to come out. So thank you. And thank you for listening for this very self-indulgent moment. But I am very, very, very acutely aware that without you, none of this is possible. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I didn't cry. That was really good. I didn't cry. All right. I'm just going to scroll through and see if there's any last questions, and then I'm really going to go. Thank you so much. Thank you. Love you. Thanks for sharing all your knowledge. It is literally my pleasure. You are so awesome. I wish I knew of you when I first started. Me too. This is why we are so grateful for you. Thank you. Thank you. Cindy, you still love me. Thank you. I was afraid you're going to hate me after all of that. That's like, it's such a fine line for me to walk. Like, I know a lot of you like it because I'm very transparent, but at the same time, sometimes being transparent hurts. And if I ever say something that's harsh, it is never because I'm putting you down. It's because I want your success so badly. And sometimes that means like, uh-oh, like danger, like I'm a little nervous. So I love you. I love you. Hello from Wesley Chapel, Florida. Hello, hello. Love this for you. Thank you. I do too. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Grateful for you. Thank you. Aw, Joanna Castillo. You are so cute. It says, I'm crying for you and me. I'm a stylist. I'm scared to do both. Oh, no, wait. I'm crying for you and me. Then another person. I'm a stylist. I'm scared to do both. We love you. Thank you. Yes, but teach us by your experiences. You know what's interesting? If any of you, did you remember a little bit ago, like a week ago, I posted in my stories that I had a reading with Michaela McLean. She does human design, and we went through my human design chart. Now, if you don't know what human design is, I barely know what it is. Like, it's so confusing to me, but it's like, it rocks my world every time. So it's kind of like astrology, but with like I Ching, I think, and like some other stuff. It is so flipping accurate. Like, astrology, I feel like most of the time I understand it, but with human design, every time it's like, oh, like pierces right to the soul. And so I had a reading with her, and part of my design type, like part of my human design is I personally have to go through all the shit
like have all the breakdowns, have all the failures personally. Like I've got to go through the muck so then I can teach other people how to not do that. That's literally in my design type. Also, part of my design type is like I see for people what is available for them before they see it for themselves. And it's my job to teach people what that is. So that's literally like encoded in my DNA. So that is why I am so confident in my abilities to help you. It's like literally in my DNA. But anyway, if you're interested in human design, Michaela McLean, she's amazing. She's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh gosh, there was one more question. I'm not going to get to it. I've already been talking for like over an hour. If you go back and listen to the question is, if you are working out of a spare room from home, am I stopping my own growth rather than being an actual salon? I've already answered this question basically, so you can go back and listen to it. But my quick answer is yes. So, all right. I love you guys. Love, 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 love you guys. Showing profit on purpose. Price goes up to $80 a month January 1st. It's still only $50 a month, and you can lock in that price forever if you get started now. I have one more opening for one-on-one coaching. DM me if you are interested. You got to be ready to go January 9th. You got to be ready to go like today because you've got to do some work ahead of time so that we start our first calls, our first Zoom calls the week of January 9th. But dude, if you want to like double your income, if you're ready to run, if you like, remember when I was talking about those people like starting your business from zero? Like, are you a person that's like a winner? Like if you're like, I will make this happen no matter what. That if you work with me, we can double your income. Easy. Anyway, love you guys. Talk to you later.